Our civilization has been humanized thanks to separation. It has separated powers, branches of government, because there is power. It has declared pluralism and tolerance because it has given up on truth. It draws frontiers and boundaries because it cannot trust merely human, that is, political communities. It must ground them on race, ethnicity, language, culture, tradition, inertia of the past, on any social passion that transcends or seems to transcend class. It redistributes wealth because wealth is always ill distributed. It offers legal redress for injustice, for it is unjust. It enforces voluntary contracts between the unequal to offer formal equality, as there is no substantial equality. It offers marriage to make peace between men and women whom it has made into enemies. It punishes thieves because there is property. It enforces taxation, as people don't feel they have to contribute to the common good that it does not appear to exist. It instigates elections, as the permanent power of the same powerful men would be intolerable, thereby recognizing what everybody knows, that power is evil. It differentiates between legal entitlements and rights and informal power. It tries to mitigate cultural differences through schooling, as raw, untutored humanity sinks into spectacular idiocy as economic, political, military and cultural powers seem to coagulate. Socialism has contributed to closing the unfinished business of the Enlightenment, to the closing of the unfinished business of creating representative government, to the completion of the incomplete industrialization, urbanization and secularization. But most importantly, it has helped replace subordination with separation, to replace status by contract. And therefore it was the co-author of bourgeois modernity. It is communism that wishes to put an end to a whole comprehensive system of separations, to the separation of the producers and of means of production, to the separation of the propertied and the propertyless, to the difference between citizens and non-citizens, to the difference between men and women, between adults and children, between straight and queer, between people well and ill, between manual and intellectual labor, between leaders and led, between exploiters and exploiters, between oppressors and oppressed, between rich and poor, between proletarian and bourgeois, between colored and white, between state and civil society, between science and religion, between theory and practice, between sane and insane, between authority and subversion, between work and leisure, between producer and consumer, between knowledge and ignorance, between teachers and taught, between soul and body, between art and life, between town and country, between courtesy and kindness, between desire and love, between community and individuality, between action and reflection, between nature and artifice, between beautiful and ugly, between law and morals, between tradition and innovation, between memory and oblivion, between identity and difference, between state and civil society, between priest and layman, between powerful and powerless, between fortunate and unfortunate, between strong and weak, between armed and unarmed, between raptor and victim, between expert and amateur, between art and audience, between successful and unsuccessful, between closed text and talk, writing and speaking, between friend and foe, between public and private, between guest and host, between home and abroad, between strange and familiar, between inner and outer.